Approximately 3 days ago, Kendrick Lamar had a concert on Juneteenth to celebrate his victory over Drake, but it was also meant to highlight the best that LA and the West Coast had to offer and to rejuvenate the West Coast and the music scene. But what would seem like a good deed is now receiving heavy backlash from some Mexicans in LA. They feel unrepresented because the majority of the crowd were Mexican fans. However, the artist that got to perform was only one Mexican artist, which was OGZ, and he does hip hop music. Now, the most consistent argument that I've been hearing from multiple people in LA is, yo, if this was about the West Coast and rejuvenating the West Coast, then Mexican artists and the culture is a big part of the West Coast. So why didn't Kendrick include a lot of Mexican artists on the roster or include Mexican representation in the show? So there's a podcast of mine that I love, is ran by my guy called LA Icon. They talked about this, and what they said is actually getting a lot of controversy and backlash from a lot of black people. So let's check it out.
No, yeah. So basically, I feel like the Mexican people were underrepresented there last night.
I feel it. I can see that.
I can see that too, man. But
And a lot of people are telling me that I sound like bitter or something. Like, I'm not a rapper, fool. I'm not tripping about not being on stage. I'm saying, like, Jeezy performed, I think, last night.
Yeah.
did he?
That would have been nice if he would have been on stage.
If he would have.
Now.
I love LA Icon. He knows I love him, man. But this is nitpicking, right? This is petty. Saying, Jeezy got to perform. He got to come on stage and perform his songs. However, when Kendrick Lamar at the end brought out everybody from LA, and, they were celebrating, I guess, the victory lap over Drake, and I guess celebrating the culture in general. And they was all on stage with Kendrick Lamar and dancing and celebrating. Saying that you felt like Jeezy is entitled to be on that stage, to me, is kind of like, listen here, bro. Jeezy got the opportunity to perform. Now, requiring that he come on stage is requiring that Kendrick Lamar treats him like family. Everybody on that stage is regarded as family, right? Or somebody that Kendrick Lamar knows and is actually cool and friends with, right? If you look on the stage, you see a bunch of TDE members, TDE associates. You see a bunch of gang members from his community that he knows. So that was a community thing. And by a community thing, kinfolks and kinfolks, you feel me? Right? Like, you a rapper, you Mexican, man, here, perform, do your thing. But to, say that is somewhat wrong, or, you think he was entitled to be on stage with the kinfolks, come on, bro. That's a little too much. And, and I think Icon knows, that's asking for a little too much.
Maybe the young legend had something to do, so he dipped.
Right. Because all the artists that did perform were up there.
Facts.
I respect it. Who was up there? I can't keep count.
There was a lot of people that went, but I think Jeezy was the only
person that didn't pop out? Or were you going to say he's the only Mexican that performed?
Both.
Did he perform? Was he supposed to perform?
He did perform, yeah.
He did? Mm-hmm.
And I didn't see him perform because I caught it late.
I saw the clip.
I saw
I didn't even see that clip.
A picture of someone posting that he performed.
Do you think it had something to do with it being Juneteenth?
I don't understand.
That's another aspect of this, which I do believe is kind of like a miscommunication, right? The aspect of this is it happened on Juneteenth. So because it happened on Juneteenth, there's this unspoken thing of this is Juneteenth. This is a celebration of blackness. It's a celebration of the community, that we grew up in, right? So, and because it's a celebration of blackness, it's essentially, a black event for skin folks and kin folks, right? Now, the miscommunication comes in because people don't know that, right? People is going to this concert thinking this is a celebration for the West Coast. So if it's a celebration for the West Coast, then it should be a celebration for the West Coast. If it's a Juneteenth thing, and if it's a celebration of blackness, then you can't demand, right, that you get included in a celebration for blackness if you're not black, right? So that's where the miscommunication comes in. And because Kendrick Lamar sort of saddled both lines, saddled it as a black celebration and as a West Coast celebration, people who are from the West Coast are saying, bro, it's more than just blackness in the West Coast, and we need to be included as well.
I thought Juneteenth was on the 16th or something like that. It's on June 19th.
It was Juneteenth yesterday.
Yeah, it was Juneteenth. Facts.
I respect it.
Do you think that has something to do with it?
Has something to do with what? The fact that they threw the show that day? Or that there was no Mexicans on stage?
There you go. Do you think it was supposed to be like?
First of all, let me start off by saying congratulations to Kendrick Lamar and all of the wonderful individuals that performed last night.
Hell yeah, shut him out.
So I'm not trying to go racial with it, but I will say,
We're just picking each other's brains apart.
although it was Juneteenth, and I believe that's in remembrance of the massacre.
I don't think LA Icon is being funny or being snarky. I truly feel like he don't know exactly why people celebrate Juneteenth. Juneteenth was when the final enforcement of the Emancipation Proclamation happened and when black folks were freed. So June 19, 1865 is when black folks were truly free. Now, it came to be because some black folks were saying, bro, we don't want to celebrate July 4th because we weren't free on July 4th. We got freedom just like everybody else on June 19th, so we want to celebrate it on June 19th. So now there's two celebrations, bro, for freedom. Hey, listen, man, you talk to Congress about that, bro. I don't know why, right? But nonetheless, though, LA Icon misrepresenting it or not truly knowing exactly why Juneteenth is happening just sort of added to like the public backlash, bro. Because folks is like, bro, like you even speaking on Juneteenth and not knowing what it's about, and then asking why Mexican artists weren't performing at a Juneteenth concert is kind of like, it's insensitive to say the least, but I don't feel like Icon was trying to be insensitive on purpose. I do feel like Icon is coming from a good place and a place of curiosity, which to me, is the best place to come from, right? If you're acting as if you're curious, then we really can't pull fault to you because you're not saying things, in cement, right? Like you're not trying to be an authority of something. You're truly asking a question and being curious.
I don't want to be wrong, but is it in Tulsa or in Selma?
I don't even know.
Or a place over there? I could be wrong, and I hate to be wrong, but I know it's in remembrance of a massacre that took place, right? I'd like to say that the Mexican people have been persecuted in this wonderful land for a long, long, long time.
Mm.
Tariq Nasheed was the first one to kind of repost it and make it go viral. It got about 3 million views after Tariq Nasheed posted it. Now, Tariq Nasheed stated some Latino dudes are upset that Kendrick Lamar didn't have any Mexican rappers on stage at his Juneteenth pop-up concert. One of these guys thought Juneteenth was about the Tulsa race massacre. Head emoji on the forehead. Now, this sparked a lot of outrage, man, and people took to Twitter to sort of like denounce Mexicans in LA, which I do think is kind of ignorant. A user by the name of Wavy JR says, remember Kendrick told a black man he couldn't say the N-word, but he's letting these Mexicans who legit don't like blacks at all rock out, but hey, they not like us. I can't tell people how to feel, especially if they feel like their race is being played with, but I don't know where he gets the fact that all Mexicans don't like black people. That's not true at all. Now, some, right? Yeah, just like, there's some in every race, right? Now, another user says, oh, Jeezy being up there confused me. Like, he's a Mexican rapper that has stated he is racially Caucasian that got up there saying the N-word on Juneteenth. He is literally a colonizer. Yeah, bro. Listen, I don't know what Jeezy identify as, to be honest with you, bro. But do I feel like, it was, sensitive to get on stage as a Mexican rapper and say the N-word on Juneteenth? I don't, but hey, if Kendrick and them allowed it, then, I guess, why would I complain, right? Another user says Mexicans want to be the first one to say end this and end that, but, when they think they got proximity to whiteness, be the first ones to denounce themselves and others. F that. Do more by us and we'll do more by you. Simple. I think the answer lies with Kendrick. If Kendrick comes out and say, yo, this was a Juneteenth celebration for blackness, then I don't feel like Mexicans have a right to say we want to be included on Juneteenth. But if Kendrick comes out and say, yo, this is a celebration for the West Coast and this is celebrating all of the West Coast, then I feel like they do have a point in wanting to be represented. So the answer lies with Kendrick, right? If Kendrick says Juneteenth celebration, bro, it was for blackness, then it's that. If he says, yo, this was for all the West Coast, everybody, then hey, bro, they got a point. They got a point if it's for the West Coast. If it's not for the West Coast, it's for Juneteenth and black folks, then they don't got a point. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? If you're still watching, click on this video right here to find out why the biggest clown on YouTube finally got banned. Click on this video here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.